I'm sure that Jules can find us a quiet room somewhere where we won't be disturbed.
Jane, you can't just whisk Monsieur Poirot off like this.
Don't tell me what I can and cannot do, Brian. Just go back to your table and watch the rest of the show. Monsieur Poirot and I are going to have a little talk, aren't we?
Of course, madame. You permit that my friend Captain Hastings comes with us?
Thank you, Jules. So discreet as always. And a bottle of my favourite champagne. You think of everything.
Oh, does that be all, madame?
Quite perfect, thank you. It is so good of you to spare me your time like this, Monsieur Poirot.
Tell me, in what way can I be of service to you?
Monsieur Poirot, somehow or other, I've just got to get rid of my husband.
Oh, madame, getting rid of husbands is not my speciality.
Of course, I know that.
I do not make investigations for divorce. It is not pretty, ce métier-là.
My dear Monsieur Poirot, I'm not asking you to spy at keyholes or talk to chambermaids. I have just got to get rid of the man, and I'm sure you can tell me how to do it.
First, tell me, madame, why you are so anxious to get rid of Lord Edgware.
I want to get married again. What other reason could there be?
But surely he'd give you a divorce?
You don't know my husband, Captain Hastings. I don't know how to put this. He's not like other people.
In what way is he not like other people?
He should never have married anyone. He's obsessed with cruelty. His first wife ran away from him, leaving her little baby behind her. He never divorced her, and she died miserably abroad somewhere. And then he married me. I simply couldn't stand it. He frightened me. He's a monster. I left him and went off to Hollywood. I've no grounds for divorce, and if I'd given him grounds, he won't take any notice of them. He's a very strange man.
And who is the man you wish to marry?
The Duke of Merton.
Good Lord.
The whole thing is so wonderfully romantic. He's quite unlike anyone I've ever met.
But isn't he a committed Anglo-Catholic?
And Merton Castle is something out of a fairy tale.
But would he still want you to continue...
Oh, Captain Hastings, the first thing I shall do when we marry is give up the stage.
And in the meantime, Lord Edgware stands in the way of all these romantic dreams.
Yes, it's driving me to distraction.
So what do you want me to do? After all, every man has the right to live.
Oh, I don't want you to kill him for me.
Oh, I can't tell you how relieved I am, madame.
I thought you might somehow be able to talk him round to the idea of a divorce. I'm sure you could.
I think you rather overestimate my persuasive powers.
Oh, but surely you can think of something. You'd like me to be happy, wouldn't you?
I should like everyone to be happy.
Yes, but I wasn't thinking of everyone. I was thinking of me. You will help me, won't you? I can't tell you...
Pardon me, madame.
Yes, Jules, what is it?
Mr. Martin.
I can't tell you.
Pardon me, madame.
Yes, Jules, what is it?
Mr. Martin would like to have a word.
How delightfully formal. Ask him to come in.
I know you didn't want to be disturbed, Jane, but...
I've said what I wish to say to Monsieur Poirot.
I thought that you'd like to know that I've succeeded in the commission you gave me.
Have you indeed? That's wonderful. I'll just fix my face and join you. In the meantime, Monsieur Poirot can think about my proposal.
Well, Monsieur Poirot, has our Jane persuaded you to fight her battles? Well, you might as well give in sooner rather than later. She doesn't understand the word no.
She has not come across it, perhaps.
A very interesting character, Jane. Taboos have no meaning for her. No morals whatever. Oh, I don't mean she's exactly immoral. She isn't. Amoral is the word, I believe. She sees only one thing in life. What Jane wants.
She certainly seems very determined.
I believe she'd kill somebody quite cheerfully. And feel injured if they caught her and wanted to hang her for it. The trouble is that she would be caught. She hasn't any brains. Her idea of a murder would be to drive up in a taxi, sail in under her own name, and shoot.
I wonder what makes you say that.
But we'd better get back to our table. I wouldn't miss this particular confrontation for the world.
I thought I just had to know you, Miss Adam. It was an utterly fantastic performance. You're very I'd known you were there tonight. I think I'd have died of fright. I don't know when I enjoyed anything so much as I did your show tonight.
That's very sweet of you. Oh, I do appreciate you telling me.
You'll join us for supper, won't you? And you as well, Monsieur Poirot. Captain Hastings.
I'd love to. Oh, forgive me, Lady Edgware, but it is long past my bedtime.
But you'll do as I asked.
I will do what I can.
You've got to persuade him. For my sake. If you don't.
What will happen if I don't?
I'll just have to take a taxi and go round and bump him off myself.
Marmalade?
Oh, Hastings, you know I never take marmalade. What are you thinking of?
I was simply trying to get your attention. What is that letter?
See for yourself.
An appointment with Lord Edgware at Regent Gate tomorrow morning.
You are surprised?
Well,
You thought perhaps it was Lady Edgware's champagne that I promised what I would not perform? My friend, the promises of Hercule Poirot are sacred.
But you surely can't let yourself be influenced by...
I am not in the habit of letting myself be influenced by anyone. I am interested, that's all.
Interested in the prospect of Jane Wilkinson's marrying the Duke of Merton?
Oh, no, that is a very commonplace business, Hastings, a step in the career of a very beautiful and ambitious woman. No, it is the interplay of characters that interests me. I welcome the chance of studying Lord Edgware at close quarters. Come in.
There's a gentleman downstairs who wishes to speak to you.
A gentleman?
It's Brian Martin, Mr. Poirot.
Then be so good as to show him up.
Yes, Mr. Poirot.
Starstruck is the phrase, I think. I would never have believed it of her.
So, now we know where she goes on her afternoons off.
Mr. Martin, sir.
Come in, Monsieur Martin.
Thank you.
Please take a seat.
Thank you.
You know Captain Hastings, of course.
Of course, Captain Hastings.
So, what can I do for you? I presume this is a professional visit?
Oh, yes, it is. I was wondering whether you might have the time to undertake something for me.
Well, that would depend. You have a problem?
I'm not quite certain.
Huh?
The trouble is that I can't tell you as much as I'd like to.
What can you tell us?
It's difficult. You see, the whole thing started in America.
What started in America?
It was like this. I was travelling in a train to New York, and there was this fellow. Ugly little chap, clean-shaven, glasses, and a gold tooth.
A gold tooth? Oh, that is interesting.
I just noticed him. And then, 6 months later, I was in Los Angeles, and there he was again, in my hotel lobby. Nothing in that, I suppose.
But strange, nevertheless.
A month afterwards, I had occasion to go to Seattle, and crossing the street, who should I see but my friend again? Only this time he was wearing a beard.
A beard?
And then I saw him in a streetcar in Chicago, but this time with a moustache and different eyebrows.
Huh?
I'm positive it was the same chap.
You suspected you were being shadowed?
I thought they must have put someone on my tail.
Tell me, Mr. Martin, who are they?
That's the difficulty. I think it's all bound up with something that happened in London about 2 years ago, but I can't tell you about it, not now, you see.
And why not?
There's a girl concerned in it.
I understand.
And I would have to get her permission.
Then why have you come to me before going to her?
Well, I thought if I could tell her that you were interested in the case, then she might
Of course, I understand.
Rather a curious affair the other night, wasn't it?
Oh, I thought Carlotta Adams was quite delightful.
Pretty brave of her to venture into the tigress's den. I was afraid Jane might try to scratch her eyes out.
Unfortunately, I got rather taken over by Carlotta's escort. He was the most frightful bore. I think he had a glass or two too much of champagne. He kept on telling me that I reminded him of an old friend of his called Spencer Jones.
Oh, that was Ronnie Marsh, Edgware's nephew. Rather a bad hat. Insists on calling Jane Aunt Jane, which doesn't go down very well, as you can imagine. Mind you, Jane must be the most high-handed woman that ever walked the face of the earth.
One will stand a great deal from a beautiful woman.
You must know her quite well, Mr. Martin, I suppose. I mean, you've acted with her often enough.
Yes, I suppose I know her through and through. I can see her killing quite easily.
She has the hot temper?
Oh, not at all. She's as cool as a cucumber. I mean, if anyone were in her way, she'd just remove them, without a thought. She'd reckon that anyone who interfered with Jane Wilkinson would have to go.
You think she would commit murder?
You know, I really do. She'd kill as easily as she'd drink her morning tea. I mean it.
I can see that you do.
I've taken up enough of your time, Monsieur Poirot. Do you think there's a chance of your undertaking this little business of mine? If the lady agrees, that is.
Yes, I will undertake it. It interests me.
That's extremely kind of you. I knew that I could rely on you. Oh, don't worry. I can find my own way out.
Goodbye, Mr. Martin.
Goodbye, Captain Hastings.
Well, what on earth was all that about?
You do not see?
Well, he gave us so little to go on.
On the contrary, he told us everything. Do not certain ideas suggest themselves to you? Poirot? Of course. I see. This morning? Yes, that would be possible. Yes. We will be there at 12:15.
We will be where?
At Lord Edgware's house at Regent Gate. He has to go to Paris on business tomorrow, but he could see us for a few minutes this morning. We had better leave straight away.
If you would care to wait in the study, gentlemen, I will tell his lordship you are here.
Thank you.
I'm sure it'll only be a few moments.
Ah, mon Dieu, Hastings, what kind of butler is this? He has the face of an Apollo.
Well, he bears an uncanny resemblance to Brian Martin, don't you think?
You are right. It struck me at once. What a curious collection of books. If books are the key to a man's soul, Lord Edgware must possess a very strange soul indeed.
Poirot, he's coming.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Thank you for agreeing to see us so promptly, Lord Edgware.
I am familiar, of course, with your name, Monsieur Poirot. Who is not? But I cannot quite understand your position in this matter. I understand that you wish to see me on behalf of my wife.
That is so.
I understood you were an investigator of crime, Monsieur Poirot.
Not only of crime, Lord Edgware. There are other problems.
Indeed. And what may this one be?
Lady Edgware, as you know, desires a divorce.
I'm quite aware of that.
Her suggestion was that you and I should discuss the matter.
There is nothing to discuss.
You refuse to countenance the divorce?
Certainly not. She knows that perfectly well. I wrote and told her so 6 months ago.
What? You wrote to her? But I understood you were opposed to the principle of divorce.
I do not see that my principles are your concern, Monsieur Poirot. It is true that I refused to divorce my first wife. My conscience would not allow me to do so. My second marriage, I will admit frankly, was a mistake. When she suggested a divorce, I refused point blank. 6 months ago, she wrote to me again. I suspect there was somebody she wished to marry, a film actor or something of the sort. My views had, by this time, undergone modification. I wrote to her at Hollywood, telling her so. Why she has sent you to me, I cannot imagine.
There is something here I do not understand at all.
If it is a question of money, I have no intention of making a financial arrangement. If she wishes to marry another man, I can set her free to do so. But there is no reason why she should receive a penny from me, and she will not do so.
There is no question of any financial arrangement.
Oh, she must be marrying a rich man.
I still do not understand. May I ask you what special circumstance brought about your change of mind over the divorce, Lord Edgware?
No, that surely is my own business, Monsieur Poirot. I don't see why I should discuss it with you. Shall we say that gradually I perceived the advantage of severing what I considered, you will forgive my plain speaking, a degrading association. My second marriage was, as I have said, a mistake.
Your wife says the same.
Does she? Well, if that is all, gentlemen, I must make preparations for my journey to Paris tomorrow.
Of course.
Of course.
They are selling the Mistival collection, and there is one statuette I particularly wish to acquire. Love chastised by death. A particularly macabre subject. My butler will show you out.
Very nasty piece of work, the fourth Baron Edgware. Did you see the way he looked at us as we left?
No, mon ami, I did not.
Insane with rage, like something out of Dante's Inferno.
I fancy he is very near the border of madness. I should imagine that he practices many curious vices.
No wonder his wives left him.
As you say.
Did you notice the girl as we came out who was standing in the doorway in the hall? A dark girl with a very pale face.
Yes, I saw her. She looked very frightened and unhappy.
Who do you suppose she was?
I imagine she must be his daughter by his first wife.
That house must be a gloomy place for a young girl. I wonder how she stands it.
Oh, indeed, mon ami.
So, what's the next step?
I do not know, Hastings. For once in my life, I simply cannot understand what is behind all this. We had better tell her ladyship the good news. I wonder how she will take it.
But that's impossible. He can't have written to me.
That is what he says, madame. I have no reason to doubt that he is telling the truth.
Where did he say he wrote to?
Hollywood, or so he says.
It must have gone astray. I never got it. And to think it's been driving me crazy all these months. You didn't tell him anything about the Duke of Merton?
Not a word, madame.
He wouldn't be so willing to give me a divorce if he knew about Merton. I must say, though, I can't imagine what could have made him change his mind.
It puzzles you?
Oh, it does. But what does it matter as long as he's changed it? I'm free.
Not yet, madame.
Well, going to be free. Merton's in Paris. I must ring him and tell him. His mother will be furious.
Oh, I am glad that everything is working out for you, madame.
Monsieur Poirot, I can't tell you how grateful I am.
I did nothing.
You brought me the good news. That's what counts.
Now, Hastings, it is time to employ the little grey cells. Uh-huh. Now, there are 4 possible explanations, but not one of them is satisfactory.
4.
First, it was lost in the post, but that is unlikely.
And if it had been incorrectly addressed, it would have been returned to Lord Edgware by now.
The second possibility is that our beautiful lady is lying when she says that she never received it. But I cannot see how that could be to her advantage. If she knows he will divorce her, why send me to ask him to do so? It does not make sense.
And the next explanation?
Lord Edgware is lying. But I do not see any point in such a lie. Why invent a fictitious letter? That does not make sense either.
And the fourth explanation is that someone must have suppressed the letter.
Exactly so, Hastings. And that is the only possible explanation. Someone did not want that marriage dissolved. Oh, I would give a great deal to know what is behind this affair. There is something of which as yet I have been able only to catch a glimpse.
Oh, I'm sorry to disturb you, Mr. Poirot, but Inspector Japp's on his way up. He says he's particularly anxious to speak to you.
Then please show him in. Oh, and inquire whether he would like coffee or tea. Or would he like breakfast?
I'll ask him.
I suppose he wants to pick your brains as usual.
And what harm is there in that?
Because he always tries to pretend he's doing nothing of the sort.
And is that so very dreadful? He has to safeguard his amour propre. It is very natural.
Inspector Japp.
Ah, come in and take a seat, my good fellow.
Straight your breakfast, I see. Not got the hens to lay square eggs for you, Monsieur Poirot?
Your tea, Inspector.
Oh, thank you very much, Mrs.
And what brings you to see us so early?
It's not early for me, Monsieur Poirot. I've been up and at work for a good 2 hours. That's what brings me. It's murder.
Murder?
Lord Edgware was killed at his house in Regent Gate last night. Stabbed in the neck by his wife.
By his wife?
You've heard of her, I'm sure. Jane Wilkinson, the actress.
What makes you believe it was she who killed him?
I don't have to believe anything. She drove up to the house in a taxi, rang the bell and asked for Lord Edgware. It was 10 o'clock. The butler said he'd see if Lord Edgware was at home. Oh, she says, cool as a cucumber. You needn't do that. I am Lady Edgware. I suppose he's in his study. And she goes into the study and shuts the door behind her.
And the butler made no attempt to prevent her?
He thought it was queer, but what was he to do? About 10 minutes later, he heard the front door shut. He locked up for the night about 11. He says he opened the study door, but it was dark, so he thought his master had gone to bed. This morning, a housemaid goes in and finds the body. Stabbed in the neck he was, just at the roots of his hair. If you hit on exactly the right spot, it kills a man instantly.
But surely that implies a professional knowledge.
I suppose that's true. But 10 to 1, she just struck lucky. Some people have amazing luck, you know.
Not if it results in being hanged.
Of course, the woman was a fool, sailing in like that and giving her name and all.
It was indeed very curious.
Possibly she didn't intend mischief. They quarrelled, and she whipped out a penknife and jabbed him one.
A penknife? He was killed with a penknife?
Something of the kind, the doctor says. Whatever it was, she took it away with her. It wasn't left in the wound.
No, my friend. It could not have been like that. I know the lady. She would be quite incapable of such a hot-blooded, impulsive action. Besides, she would be most unlikely to have a penknife with her. Few women have. And assuredly not Jane Wilkinson.
Oh, you know her, Monsieur Poirot.
Yes, I know her. So, what has brought you to me, Inspector? It is not merely to pass the time of day with an old comrade. Assuredly not. You have here a nice, straightforward murder. You have the criminal. You have the motive. What exactly is the motive, by the way?
It seems she wanted to marry another man. She was heard to say so not a week ago. She was also heard to make threats. Said she meant to call round in a taxi and bump him off.
You are very well informed, my good chap. Someone has evidently been very obliging.
We get to hear things, Monsieur Poirot.
But you still have not answered my question. Since all goes on in the swimming fashion, why come to me?
Because I heard you were at Regent Gate yesterday morning.
I see.
Now, as soon as I heard that, I said to myself, why should his lordship send for Monsieur Poirot? Why? What did he suspect? What did he fear? Before doing anything definite, I'd better go round and have a word with him.
And what do you mean by anything definite? Arresting the lady, I suppose.
Exactly.
You have not seen her yet?
Oh, yes, I have. Went round to the Savoy first thing. Wasn't going to risk her giving us the slip.
And what did she say?
I gave her the usual stuff, of course, about wanting a statement and cautioning her. You can't say the English police aren't fair.
In my opinion, foolishly so. About what did milady say?
She had hysterics. That's what she did.
What next?
She did her coming-to act. Moaned and groaned and carried on, and that sour-faced maid of hers doped her with smelling salts and stuff. And at last she recovered enough to ask for her solicitor. Hysterics one moment, solicitor the next. Now I ask you, is that natural behaviour?
In this case, quite natural, I should say.
You mean because she's guilty and knows it?
Not at all. I mean because of her temperament. First, she gives you her conception of how the part of a wife suddenly learning of her husband's death should be played. Then, having satisfied her histrionic instinct, her native shrewdness makes her send for a solicitor. That she creates an artificial scene and enjoys it is no proof of her guilt. It merely indicates that she is a born actress.
Well, she's guilty. That's for sure.
You are very positive. I suppose it must be so. She made no statement, you say? No statement at all?
Wouldn't say a word without a solicitor. The maid telephoned for him. I left 2 of my men there and came along to you.
And you're sure she did it?
Of course I'm sure. But I like as many facts as possible. You see, there's going to be a big splash made about this. All the papers will be full of it. And you know what papers are.
Talking of papers, have you read them this morning?
Glanced at them. There didn't seem to be much going on.
Then I think you'd better take a look at this, my good chap. Here, in the society column.
Sir Montague Corner gave a very distinguished dinner party last night at his house by the river in Chiswick. Among those gracing his table were Sir George and Lady Dufus, Sir Oscar Hammerfelt of Overton Film Studios, and drama critic Mr. James Blount, and Miss Jane Wilkinson, Lady Edgware. But that's just not possible.
Very curious. Is it not, Inspector?
I came round as quickly as I could, Monsieur Poirot. What a terrible business, though I can't say I'm surprised. You remember what I said about her yesterday?
I remember perfectly. That is why I asked you to come. I thought it might interest Inspector Japp, who is in charge of the case.
It certainly does.
Oh, good Lord, you should have warned me.
Oh, it's all right, Mr. Martin. You're not on oath.
So, she's really done it at last?
I did not say so.
But you said that Edgware had been murdered.
And the moment I tell you that, you jump to the conclusion that it is she who has murdered him.
But didn't she? You mean to say she had nothing to do with it?
Oh, no, Mr. Martin. She did it right enough. So I'd be grateful if you'd tell me what you know.
Jane isn't really responsible for her actions. She has no sense of right and wrong.
That will be for the jury to decide. Have you ever heard her utter threats against her husband?
Oh, yes. Several times.
What did she say?
She said that if he didn't give her her freedom, she'd have to bump him off. That was the way she put it.
Why was she so desperate to be free of Lord Edgware?
She wanted to marry another man.
Any idea who?
Oh, yes. It was the Duke of Merton.
She doesn't do things by halves, does she? He must be one of the richest men in England. But Edgware wouldn't give her a divorce?
No, he wouldn't hear of it.
I'm afraid that you are wrong, my dear young man. I saw Lord Edgware yesterday, and he agreed to a divorce.
He agreed?
That is what I said.
But why didn't you tell Jane? You might have prevented a terrible tragedy.
Oh, but I did tell her. It rather impairs the motive, does it not? And there is something else that you should know. According to this morning's paper, at the time of the murder, she was dining with Sir Montague Corner at his house in Chiswick.
Oh, they generally print those things in advance. That won't help her. Jane didn't go to that dinner.
How do you know, Mr. Martin?
Someone told me. I forget who it was.
But you would surely agree that the case against Jane Wilkinson revolts the intelligence.
It doesn't revolt mine.
Now, here is a lady who wishes to get rid of her husband, so how does she go about it? She tells everybody that she is thinking of killing him. She then goes round to his house, tells the battle who she is, stabs her husband, and goes away. What do you call that?
It was a bit foolish, I admit.
Foolish? It is imbecile.
Well, if criminals lose their heads and make it easy for us, I'm not going to complain. I must go to the Savoy. My men are holding Lady Edgware there.
May Hastings and I come with you?
I've never been able to prevent you before.
Monsieur Poirot, Captain Hastings, how good of you both to come along. Tell me, Captain, what do you think?
What do I think?
Of the hat.
Oh.
No, I can see you don't like it. Let's try another one, Alice.
This one, madam.
No, I hate black. I never wear it. Let's try that one. I'm so glad you're both here. The police seem to think that somehow or other I bumped off George while I was having dinner with Monty Corner. Idiotic, isn't it?
Could you tell us exactly what did happen last night, Lady Edgware?
The dinner was at 8:30. I dropped in at the Piccadilly Palace to say goodbye to a friend of mine who was leaving for the States. Mrs. Van Dusen.
Mrs. Van Dusen.
No, Alice, this one is a disaster. No. I must have got to Monty's at around 9.
And what time did you leave?
About 11:30.
You came straight back here?
Yes.
And you didn't leave the dinner party at any time?
Well, as it happens...
You did leave it?
There was a telephone call while I was at dinner.
Who called you?
I haven't the faintest idea. I presume it was some sort of hoax. Someone said, "Is that Lady Edgware?" And I said, "That's right," and whoever it was laughed and rang off.
And how long were you away from the dinner table?
About 1.5 minutes. Hardly time for me to drive all the way across London and bump off George. Why don't you ring up Monty? He'll confirm what I say.
That's exactly what I intend to do, this very moment, Lady Edgware.
What a stupid oath. It's just as well I changed my mind about that party.
How do you mean, madame, you changed your mind?
I had the most frightful headache yesterday afternoon. I thought I'd give it a miss.
And did you say so to anyone?
I expect I did. There was quite a crowd of us having tea.
And what made you change your mind?
Ellis did. Didn't you, Ellis?
I said that Sir Montague was too influential a person to turn down. He's in a position to pull a lot of financial strings where her ladyship is concerned.
Of course, when I marry Merton, I'll be through with all that sort of thing.
Nevertheless, I think you should be very grateful to Ellis.
Oh, I am. God knows where I'd be if I hadn't gone.
Unless 14 people are lying, she didn't do it.
Wouldn't you say that was moderately conclusive?
I thought it was going to be some kind of put-up job. Who else would want to kill Edgware? She's the only person who's got the ghost of a motive.
A ghost that has been laid, Inspector.
I thought the people she'd get to confirm her alibi would be the usual theatrical crowd, and you know what value I would put on that. But the people at that dinner party were all pretty big guns, none of them close friends of hers. They say she was there all the time, and they all confirm the business of the telephone call to the letter.
Was it a man or a woman who rang?
A woman, I think she said.
And what about her getting back to the Savoy?
Again, it's exactly as she said.
Do we know who comes into the title?
A nephew, Captain Marsh. A bit of a black sheep by all accounts. And Edgware's daughter obviously stands to benefit.
And has the doctor arrived at a precise time for the death?
We'll have to wait for the autopsy. But around 10 o'clock seems reasonable. Edgware was last seen alive just after 9 when he left the dinner table and the butler took him whiskey and soda into the study. At 11 o'clock, when the butler went up to bed, the study light was out, so he presumed he was in bed. He wouldn't have been sitting in the dark.
But if it wasn't Lady Edgware who came to the house that night, who the devil was it? And why should the butler and the secretary be so certain it was her?
That's precisely what I cannot understand. The butler positively identified her. Admittedly, he's only been there for 6 months. But the secretary's been in Edgware's service for 6 years or more.
It is indeed very curious.
I'm going to Regent Gate now to have a word with them. Would you care to come with me, gentlemen?
I'd take my oath it was Lady Edgware, sir.
What makes you so certain?
She told me her name. And besides, I've seen her picture in the papers. And I've seen her on the stage. And in the cinema.
Can you tell us how she was dressed?
In black, sir. Black walking dress and a small black hat. A string of pearls and grey gloves.
Black, a colour she never wore.
Well done, Hastings. Now, how was the lady at Chiswick dressed, Inspector?
White taffeta evening dress and ermine wrap.
Tell me, how was the front door fastened?
Oh, it's a Yale lock. I usually draw the bolts when I go to bed at 11. But last night Miss Geraldine had gone to the opera, so I left it unbolted.
And how was it this morning when you came down?
It was bolted, sir. I heard Miss Geraldine come in at about 1 o'clock.
So the door could not be opened without a key. How many keys were there?
I'm not certain, sir. There was his lordship's, of course, and there was a key in the hall drawer, which Miss Geraldine took with her last night.
I think that'll be all for the present. Can you tell the secretary, what's her name?
Miss Carroll, sir.
Could you tell Miss Carroll we'd like to have a word with her?
Of course I'm sure it was her. I saw her.
Where were you, mademoiselle?
On the stairs, looking down.
And you are positive you are not mistaken?
Absolutely certain. Her features are quite unmistakable, and it was her voice.
According to the butler, there were 2 keys to the front door, Lord Edgware's and a key that was kept in the hall drawer. Were there any others?
I don't have one. I always ring when I come. But there was another key that belonged to Captain Marsh.
Did Captain Marsh come to the house very often?
Not for the last 3 years.
And why was that?
I believe he had quarrelled with his uncle.
Can you tell us what about?
I don't listen to gossip, Inspector.
We are investigating a murder, Miss Carroll.
Captain Marsh was careless with money. I believe he'd got into debt. And there was some other trouble. I don't know exactly what. Whatever it was, Lord Edgware forbade the captain the house. That's all I know.
Thank you, Miss Carroll.
If you've finished with me, I would like to go downstairs to the study.
We'll follow you down, Miss Carroll. I'd like to show Monsieur Poirot the scene of the crime.
Hastings, a little minute. I will go down with the inspector. Watch until we have gone into the study, and then join us there.
Whatever you say.
As I told you, there's nothing very much in the way of clues. Not the kind you find in detective stories.
No footprints, no lady's gloves, no traces of lingering perfume. Real life is not very obliging.
I did what you asked, Poirot.
Ah, and what did you see?
What was I supposed to see?
Did you notice, for instance, the rose I was carrying between my teeth?
You'll be the death of me, Poirot. Are you thinking of going on as Carmen at Covent Garden?
You didn't notice it, Hastings?
No, I couldn't see your face from where I was standing.
Ah. Miss Carroll?
Yes, what is it?
You said you were standing on the stairs when you saw Lady Edgware go along the hall to the study.
Yes, that's right.
And you saw her face distinctly.
Oh, that's what I said.
But you could not have seen her face from where you were standing.
Well, what does it matter? I heard her voice. I saw her walk down the hall. Of course it was Lady Edgware.
She's got a point, you know, Poirot. She heard her voice. She recognised the way she walked. Two of the most characteristic things about a person.
Exactly so, Hastings. And therefore they are the most easily counterfeited. Do you recollect that only a few nights ago we were watching
Carlotta Adams impersonating Jane Wilkinson? Well, surely that would be too much of a coincidence.
Well, that depends how you look at it, my friend. Regarded from a different angle, it would be no coincidence at all.
Oh, you're letting your imagination run away with you. Why on earth should Carlotta Adams want to kill Lord Edgware? She didn't even know him.
How do you know that? But that was not what I was thinking. Let us put a few facts together. Come, we will sit upon that bench. Now, Lady Edgware talks openly of killing her husband. Brian Martin was there when she said it. So was Carlotta Adams.
But surely...
Patience, my friend. On the same evening, everyone is talking of Carlotta Adams' impersonation of Lady Edgware. Now, supposing someone other than his wife has a reason to get rid of Lord Edgware. On the day of the murder, Jane announces that she has a headache and is going to have a quiet evening alone. A scapegoat for the murder is ready at hand. Lady Edgware must be seen to enter the house at the Regent Gate. Well, she is seen by the butler and the secretary. She even goes so far as to announce her identity. C'est un peu trop ça. It would awaken suspicion in an oyster.
You mean that Carlotta Adams announced herself as Lady Edgware?
Remember that the woman who came to Regent Gate was wearing black. And Jane Wilkinson never wears black.
Well, even so, I can't see Carlotta Adams killing Lord Edgware.
Then did someone else enter that house before or after the supposed visit of Lady Edgware? And if it was Carlotta Adams, how did she explain her presence to Lord Edgware? She might have deceived the butler and Miss Carroll, but she could not deceive Edgware himself. Or was she already dead before she entered the house?
Oh, stop it, Poirot, stop it. You're making my head spin.
No, my friend. We are only considering possibilities. It is like trying on the clothes, huh? Does this fit? No, it wrinkles on the shoulder. This one? Yes, that is better, but not quite large enough. So on and so on, until we reach the perfect fit, the truth.
So, who do you suspect at present?
Oh, it's far too early to say. One must go into the question of who had a motive for wishing Lord Edgware dead. Well, there is, of course, the nephew who inherits. Little obvious, perhaps. And then there is the question of enemies.
Well, I imagine there are quite a number of those.
Whoever it was must have fancied himself pretty safe. Remember, Hastings, but for her change of mind at the last minute, Jane Wilkinson would have had no alibi. She would have been arrested, tried, probably hanged. But there is one thing that puzzles me.
What is that?
Obviously the criminal wished to incriminate her. But what was the purpose of the telephone call to her at Montague Corners? Why did someone ring her up at Chiswick and once satisfied of her presence there, immediately ring off? Huh? It looks as though someone wanted to be certain that she was there before proceeding to... To what? To the murder? But that would mean that the murderer wished to be certain that she had an alibi.
When you'd imagine that he'd be trying to incriminate her.
Exactly, Hastings. Oh, there must be a reason for it. But what?
I really can't understand how Carlotta Adams came to be involved in it at all. She seems such a thoroughly nice girl.
I do not think she committed the murder, Hastings. She is too cool and level-headed for that. Possibly she was not even told that murder would be done. Possibly she... Oh, my God, Hastings. I have been blind. A taxi at once.
Oh, what on earth you...
There is no time to waste. Taxi! Taxi! Do you know her address?
Carlotta Adams, you mean? Yes,
We must
do.
be quick. Every second is vital.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Miss Carlotta Adams lives here. Can we speak with her?
But you haven't heard.
Heard what?
Miss Adams is dead.
Oh, no.
She passed away in her sleep.
Oh, too late.
Forgive me asking, sir, but are you a friend of hers?
Obviously you called the doctor. What did he say?
He said she must have taken an overdose of her sleeping draught. Veronal, I think he said it was.
I must come in.
Well, I hardly
My
think...
name is Hercule Poirot. I am a detective, and this is my colleague, Captain Hastings.
How do you do?
I have to inquire into the circumstances of your mistress's death.
Of course. Come in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, what is your name?
Bennett. Alice Bennett.
Now, Miss Bennett, will you be so good as to tell us what happened?
I took her tea in at the usual time, 9:30, and she was still asleep. Well, that's what I thought. I noticed there was something not quite natural about the way she was lying. I touched her hand. It was ice cold.
It must have been a terrible shock for you.
Yes, sir, it was.
Now, was she in the habit of taking sleeping tablets?
She'd take something for a headache now and again, but it must have been some other stuff she took last night, or so the doctor said.
Did anyone come and visit her last night?
No, sir. She went out about 7 o'clock.
And can you tell me how she was dressed?
She was wearing a black dress, sir, and a black hat.
Mm-hmm. And did she wear any jewellery?
Just the string of pearls she always wore.
And gloves? Grey gloves?
Yes, sir. Her gloves were grey.
And can you tell me what her manner was when she went out? Was she excited, nervous?
I can tell you one thing. She was smiling to herself as though she was pleased with something.
What time did she return?
A little after 12 o'clock.
And what was her manner then?
She was terribly tired, but I could tell she was pleased about something. She started to ring someone up on the telephone, and then she said she couldn't be bothered. She'd do it in the morning.
Ah. And did you hear the name of the person she rang up?
No, sir. But it was a Victoria number, I remember that.
Now, tell me, this little attaché case, did Miss Adams take it out with her last night?
She took it out in the morning. She didn't have it when she came back at tea time, but she brought it back last night.
Ah, that is very interesting. You permit that I open it?
Certainly, sir.
Oh, you see, Hastings?
A wig of golden hair and a pair of grey gloves.
Do you doubt now, my friend?
No, I don't.
Now, do you know with whom Miss Adams dined yesterday evening, Miss Bennett?
No, sir. But I believe she had lunch with Miss Driver.
Miss Driver?
They were great friends. Miss Driver has a hat shop in Moffat Street. It's called Genevieve.
Now, one thing more, mademoiselle. Can you remember anything Miss Adams said or did after she came in at 6 o'clock that strikes you as particularly significant?
I can't really say that I can, sir. She was writing letters until she went out.
Do you by any chance know to whom she was writing?
Yes, sir. It was just one letter, really, to her sister in Washington. She wrote her twice a week. She took the letter out with her in the evening to post, but she forgot it and brought it back with her.
Then it is still here?
No, sir. I posted it. She remembered it last night, just as she was getting into bed.
I see. Is the body still here?
Yes, sir. Would you like to see her, sir?
I would. Thank you.
Through here, sir. There she is. Beautiful, isn't she? As if she didn't have a care in the world.
Make a vow, Hastings. I will bring the killer to justice. Well, there is one thing off my mind at least. I could not have saved her. By the time I heard of Lord Edgware's murder, she was already dead. Yes, that comforts me a little. Miss Bennet?
Yes, sir.
I would be greatly obliged if you would give me the name and address of the doctor you summoned.
Dr. Eath, 17 Carlisle Street.
It's such a stupid waste. I suppose these theatre girls think it's fashionable to take drugs.
She was an addict, do you think?
It doesn't look like it. There were no marks of a needle. I don't suppose she took Veronal every night, but she'd evidently been on it for some time.
What makes you think so?
I found this little box among her things.
Quite an expensive little trinket. Gold with her initials in rubies.
And full of Veronal. Do you see what's written inside?
C.A. from D. Paris, November the 10th. Sweet dreams.
November the 10th.
Exactly. And we're now in June. That seems to show that she'd been in the habit of taking the stuff for at least 6 months.
Paris. D.
I suppose you want to know if it's suicide. Well, I can't tell you. Nobody can. It looks like an accident, and in my opinion, that's what it is. Veronal's tricky stuff.
Well, that seemed pretty conclusive.
I will not believe it, Hastings. It is too convenient. It was not suicide. No, she played her part, and in doing so she signed her death warrant. Veronal may have been chosen because it was known that she occasionally